It's definitely been a little while since we've seen the human cheat code Isaiah King Jr. back out on the football field, but he is prepared to take his 9-3 Arizona Cardinals to meet the 11-1 Baltimore Ravens in the best matchup this week. Now, as we enter week 14, it's important to remember Isaiah is a 99 overall. We want to try to increase him a little bit. Now we've got a 91 receiving, we got 92 power. It's all about that power right now. We want the human cheat code to dominate everybody in every facet of the game. We get +1 to agility, awareness, ball carrier vision, stiff arm, and trucking. And in case you happen to forget, Isaiah is leading the entire NFL right now. Going into week number 14, 1,450 yards rushing and 14 rushing touchdowns, which, as you can tell, is the tops in the entire NFL. The 4 fumbles, however, as you can imagine, are tied for the league right now. So Isaiah's got to cut down on the fumbles, keep getting touchdowns, and keep getting in the end zone for his team. And with that, we're heading all the way over to the East Coast to Baltimore, Maryland to have one of the rainiest games of the NFL season. Isaiah has been known to mess up a little bit in the rain. Will he mess up today? Will he just dominate this defense? Or will Lamar Jackson of the Baltimore Ravens put up so many points, our defense will be unable to stop them at all? If a team like Baltimore turns the ball over early in this sort of territory, you have got to capitalize on that and quickly. But Isaiah's first run says otherwise. And despite that poor run, Arizona is still going to be in a good spot. Baltimore does not make mistakes like this early, so again, they got to get points on the board and ASAP. Now, an out route is thrown, it is caught, but it's way out of bounds. Kyler Murray and team struggling to move the ball where they need to. They're only a yard outside of the red zone, but 14 yards away from getting a first down. Ball's thrown out to Isaiah in the flats. He didn't really want that one. He drops it, and Murray's 0 for 2. It's field goal time coming up. Now, Baltimore comes out, and they can't really do much. We got the field goal to drop, but ultimately, we are still only up 3 points, and we're deep in our own territory again. So we have it from the 4-yard line this time, and Isaiah picks up a major 9 yards. And look, even though that run didn't quite give Arizona a first down, it did give them a little bit of breathing room right now. Murray's going to hand the ball back off to Isaiah, who fights his way through. Doesn't go far, but it is enough for a first down. A new set of downs now, thanks to Isaiah, with 2 minutes left here in the first quarter. Not a lot of offense for either team at the moment. Murray's going to throw it underneath. The big tight end's going to break a tackle. Look at Max Williams. That's the kind of effort you want to see from the big fella. But despite his effort, that's not going to be enough for a first down. The referee says 2nd and inches. Ball's handed off to Isaiah. He's going to find a gap here. Look at Isaiah running over. At least he's trying to run over the defenders down to the 41. Tony Jefferson might have made a pretty good tackle there, but that is the longest run of the day from Isaiah, and we needed to see that if this team is going to keep things moving. Isaiah in there with a crucial pass block. Gives Murray enough time to check it down to the fullback. The fullback's going to find his way down for 6 more yards. That's honestly an area we've seen Isaiah struggle in. Pass protection. That guy has missed block after block and given up sack after sack. But if he can do stuff like that, Kyler Murray just might trust him enough. And speaking of trust right now, Kingsbury's going to put the ball in Isaiah King Jr.'s hands. 3rd down and 1. Going to fight his way through. He's met by the defensive tackle, but it is enough again for a first down as the first quarter winds up ending. As we kick off the second quarter, we've seen a lot of runs up the middle for this team, but not a lot outside. But that's going to change here. A little bit halfback toss coming up for Isaiah. Isaiah's going to try to find some room. He gets to the edge. He's got Humphrey on his tail, but Isaiah's going to go all the way from the 46-yard line, completely untouched. Miles Jack apparently got hurt in that play. Maybe he pulled a hammy. If you're trying to catch Isaiah, you're going to pull a lot more than that. Keep in mind, this Ravens team is a 11-1 squad. They are not bad at all. They have been the best offense in the entire NFL, and we're just trying to make sure we put some effort out there today, but so far, we've got an unanswered 10 points against them. As you can imagine, having 2 turnovers so far is not helping their cause either, but we'll go ahead and take that because it's given us great field position pretty much the entirety of the game. Isaiah's going to fight his way through for 4 more yards, looking like he's shy of the marker. So Kingsbury does what he's done pretty much the entire game. He says, put the ball in our best player's hands and let him go to work. Well, handoff up the middle here. Isaiah, however, is met with a stonewall approach. His 10th carry goes for nothing. It's field goal time. But wait a second. Kingsbury apparently faked the field goal. We got the first down, and Kyler and this offense are back out here trying to get something to go. Isaiah's down the middle of the field. He's got a couple guys near him. He is going to pick up exactly 10 yards. Murray has relied on Isaiah an insane amount. He's saying, look, coach, I need a breather right now. Let me go ahead and stay in the pass protection one time. Murray throws one back this time. Goes to Kirk, and Kirk is going to pick up what looks to be 2 yards. This team is desperately needing Kyler Murray to get this ball into the end zone using the passing game. Isaiah stays back again for pass protection. Murray's feeling a little bit of pressure. Murray's going to step up. Murray's got a couple of guys there. And Kyler Murray, ladies and gentlemen, is in the end zone just like that. We wanted a passing touchdown, but he said, excuse me. I'm going to use my feet real quick. We're finding ourselves with a 17-point lead. And Baltimore has turned the ball over for the 3rd time so far today, giving us amazing field position. And this pass by Murray is nearly a turnover on his own. But honestly, if you give a team like us a top 5 offense, again, not number 1, that's Baltimore, but if you give us field position like this multiple times a game, we're going to put a whole lot of points on the board pretty quickly. Now, mind you, our passing game hasn't exactly been amazing here, but Murray has done enough to get the job done. Both a minute and 14 seconds left. Got 3 timeouts, an opportunity to move this ball down the field. Murray has Isaiah streaking. He opts to not go his way, and it's looking like another field goal is coming up for Arizona. So with that field goal, we're going to walk into halftime with a 20-3 lead because Baltimore finally stopped turning the ball over and got on the board. Is that enough? I don't think so. If they can get things going, we're going to be in a whole lot of trouble because our offense has been great on the ground, but not great elsewhere. The bad news for Baltimore, though, is that Arizona's going to get the ball to start the second half here. A little bit of halfback toss. Oh, it's actually wide receiver reverse, and Andy Isabella regrets running that play at all. Baltimore hasn't really game planned properly for most plays that Arizona's ran today, but that is one they definitely sniffed out pretty much immediately. And that is also one that did not work out too well for Arizona. So things are getting a little bit desperate for Arizona right now. They are trying to get something going, but the 3rd and 16, and Baltimore's coming out here with some pretty strong momentum. Kyler Murray again. Isaiah had the block for a second, bailed on it, thinking he'd get a pass, but Olivier Vernon gets that sack, and it's going to be a huge punt back on our own territory. Maybe it's the rain, maybe our defense is playing lights out, but this is the worst we've seen Baltimore play all season. They are absolutely getting destroyed right now. They're making our defense look like a top 5 defense in the entire NFL. And with that run, Isaiah now has over 100 yards rushing on the day, something he's been doing pretty much all season long. He's averaging 120 on the ground. He's trying to find something here. That spin move was electric, and he's going to get the yards that he needs for another one. Kingsbury is just loading up the line and saying, give that ball to the best player on the field and see if Baltimore can stop him. Isaiah's going to come back a little bit, and, well, it looks like Baltimore finally was able to stop him. 2nd and 9 coming up after Isaiah had basically no yards in that play. And a guy moving in motion. Kirk is still in the slot. Isaiah's going to break out. Kyler Murray is going to somehow run over the defensive end, but still get sacked by Vernon yet again. And honestly, Olivier Vernon hasn't had a great year so far. He's had 2 sacks today, which has been incredible for him, considering he only has 5 sacks on the entire season. Halfback screen coming up this time. Isaiah's outran his blockers by about 7,000 feet. The juke looked amazing. The spin move looked even better. He breaks another tackle, and he's down to the 44-yard line, nearly doubling what Kyler Murray's had all game long. Murray finally found some success, and it's on the hands of Isaiah King Jr. Isaiah's out here running a beautiful route. He's going to get himself down to the middle of the field on back-to-back grabs to the 31. But if you're Kyler Murray, you've got to find a way to get this offense going without Isaiah. What if Isaiah got injured? What if he decides to not play for some crazy, weird reason? You've got to make sure you do something. And look at Isaiah throwing a block. I would argue Max Williams is not the guy to run that play, but look at the block. 2nd and 5. I mean, you got to imagine, too, that if Christian Kirk was the guy coming on that end around, that is probably a house call immediately. Isaiah's out here trying to get a house call himself. He's going to juke back inside, and he's now down to the 7-yard line. Murray's got a chance here. We got a single high safety. He ran it in last time from roughly this territory. Can he get his team in the end zone? The passing touchdown. Murray's going to run it again, and this man slides. He's a little bit afraid of contact. I also kind of don't blame him. We are getting close to the playoffs, and in the playoffs, you got to make sure you protect your neck out there. You cannot take a bad hit and not be playing for your team. Now, Murray's out here panicking. He's out here running, and Kyler Murray refuses to throw the football, but right now, he has more rushing touchdowns than Isaiah King Jr. does. Baltimore has been a nightmare today. Another turnover, giving us the ball in our own territory. It's honestly amazing, and it doesn't feel real, but we'll absolutely take all. But Isaiah chucks forth for 10 more yards. Another first down, thanks to Isaiah, who has been dominating this game today. He's getting a halfback toss, a little bit late from his guy, but that juke move is going to break one guy's ankles, but it's not enough. There's honestly a little bit of a rivalry going on right now. Kyler Murray's been talking a little bit on the sidelines about how much better he's been than Isaiah in today's game. Isaiah would argue different, and he's trying to get that second rushing touchdown. He's nearly got it, but they say he's down at the 1. That play, however, is good enough for another first down. So from the 1-yard line, Isaiah wants that ball. He's got a fullback in the game to try to help him out. Isaiah goes through the middle, but he is met by 2 linebackers and dropped for a loss of 1. Kingsbury has seen we've had a lot more luck on the outside than we have on the inside, especially in short yardage situations. So on 2nd and goal, the halfback toss. Isaiah's looking to get to the edge. He gets the blocking, but he doesn't cross the goal line and only gets 1 yard. Kingsbury says, look, run it again. It was so close to working, but we got to try one more time. Halfback toss to Isaiah. This time is looking good. He cuts back up the field, and he says, lineman, where are you? It's time to celebrate together. Oh, Andy Isabella, bring that man back alive. Kyler Murray, I don't know where you touched that man, but that is a felony in 17 different states. Coming into this game with Baltimore being 11-1, we Thought they would honestly hold up, be a whole lot better, but so far today they've shown that they can't stop the running game at all. And it's not just Isaiah. It has been Kyler with 2 rushing touchdowns. It's been Isaiah King Jr with 2 rushing touchdowns. He just running the ball down their throat nonstop, and they've had nothing to do about it. Isaiah out here with a spin move, looking incredible out there. Another big one as he goes down to the 23. When Isaiah has gotten to the edge in today's game, it's been incredible. So he's just telling his receivers, his tight ends, his guards, whoever, when you get out to the edge, just block for me. I'm gonna make magic happen. 2nd and 9, 3 yards outside of the red zone now. He's got Isabella in motion. He's going to hand it right off to him, and he's going to somehow fall over Olivier Vernon. If Isabella had just any sort of ball carrier vision, he's in the end zone right now as we speak. But instead, he's struggling a little bit. Kyler Murray, however, has got all kinds of ball carrier vision. However, on 3rd and 12, it's not the best move. He's going to get down to the 16, but it's not even close to being a first. So that's going to wrap it up. Baltimore's actually going to get 1 touchdown at the end of the game in garbage time. We're going to miss our field goal, but still a 34-10 win. Got to be pretty happy when this team was 11-1 coming into today's event. After the game, Isaiah is feeling pretty good. His team just went out there and beat a team that only had a single loss in the season. His team now moves to 10-3. One of the best teams in the NFC right now happens to be the Arizona Cardinals. The way the season started, you probably wouldn't have thought that, but the way they have battled both offensively and defensively, they're going to be a problem come playoff time.